Well, it's all well and good that we won in the second round of the Copa del Rey and drew a La Liga 2 team in the third round. We'll see the highlights of that in today's episode. And you're on a high until you realize your next opponent is Barcelona. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Off of the Bottom. I'm Mr. Cellophane. If you've enjoyed the series so far, make sure that you not only like this video, but you have subscribed to the channel, because if you have not, then a baby is going to start crying in the next 30 seconds. We have done a little bit of business. We're about midway through the month of January and the winter transfer window. The first is Ibai Giocochea. I think I am pronouncing that correctly. We got him in from Real Sociedad. He has capped a couple of times at the U21 level, primarily a left winger, but we are going to be training him to be a left back. He's not really the most talented as far as the defensive end goes, but we're hoping to maybe turn that position into more of an offensive one as we move forward. He's got a tremendous amount of pace. I like his physicals. Can't really get up in the air at 5'10". His off the ball is okay, decent work rate, good amount of technique, but he can cross and he can dribble, which is something we are looking for, as again, we don't offensively really have much width on the pitch. We're also hoping to shore things up defensively as well. Samuel is on his way out. We have received an offer. Nothing's been finalized, but we have unregistered him from the team, so he is not available for the Barcelona match. We brought in Ionuț Lungo. He's capped 15 times on the senior level for Romania. He's a center back. He's a midfielder. We can kind of use him wherever we feel that we need to. Very solid player. He's got a decent amount of pace, great agility as well. His mentals are also pretty darn good, and he came in at a decent price. He's already valued more than twice of what we paid for him. We got him from Anderlecht, but we also brought in a 24-year-old Argentinian in the form of Cesar Rodriguez, 6'5". He is a beast at the back. His heading ability isn't great, but he can get up in the air, so we're just hoping that he doesn't end up putting the ball too often into bad positions. But we're going to be working him in. We're going to be working everyone that we have gotten into our lineup, see what works best. We're kind of rolling the dice and taking our chances. So here's what the team is going to look like for our match at home against Barcelona. It's going to be Beytula making his second start, his first in the league in goal. Lungo is going to be getting the start as our left fullback as we try to get Giocochea a little bit more acclimated to the position. Ila and Rodriguez are going to be our center back pair. Shatinin is back in on the right side. Santos, Figueras, and Isidre will once again man the midfield, and it's going to be Antoni, Munoz, and Ali Bersh up top. Robinson Spencer is off representing the Republic of Korea. And Ali Bersh, I don't know. We're looking for another striker that we could possibly plug in there. If we're going to run with three at the top, we really want the best three we possibly can have. One other minor change we did make is Lungu is going to be playing more of a wingback role. Hopefully he'll get further forward. He likes to run with the ball. Let's see if we can lean into that as we kick things off and take control of the ball. It's Girona in the red, Barca in the yellow, which is odd for me to see. Around the side, Ali Burke's got it. He'll be met by Rodin, but we will win it back, and hopefully we are not as untidy with the football throughout the match as we were in that first opening 30 seconds or so. Unsurprisingly, Barcelona starting off the early going, leading the match, but it seems the match momentum is fairly even right now as possession is tilted a little bit in Girona's way 10 minutes in. What we're really striving for in this match, we don't really expect to win. Barcelona is a far superior team to us. I think their cheapest player probably makes about what our most expensive player makes, just a guess. Figueras along the near side, trying to put it into space, but picked off by Kim Ji-hoon. What we're really just trying to do is to keep pace with Elche and Real Zaragoza, the two teams that are immediately ahead of us on the table. As long as we don't lose ground, we also want to hold off Levante as well. It's enough that we have to move out of 18th. We don't want to have to move out of 19th or, God forbid, 20th, although Albacete on 6 points, 8 points behind us. That's probably not going to be something that we're going to have to worry about just yet. Meanwhile, another highlight for Barcelona, short corner, played Muirhead with plenty of space in the box. He'll shoot, and Beitula able to make the save and knock it behind. I think it may have hit a body on the way through, and it may have been a Barcelona body because we did not see a corner kick, but they get the throw in. Shulo with it finds Rodan at the corner of the box. Alves looking for Ila. Lungo sliding in there, knocking it away, but Kim Ji-hun picking up the loose ball, plays it into Noah Darvish. Darvish finds Muirhead, who finds row 17. Didn't really find ourselves making the offensive inroad we were maybe hoping for, or at least praying for, in that first 45 minutes, but we held Barcelona to just 5 shots, and we have kept them off of the scoreboard. So that is a small victory in our quiver. We need to do a little bit better getting the ball forward. We need to get a few more opportunities, but if we are able to keep Barcelona off the board, then who knows, anything might happen. Well, I must say, very happy with the performance of the team so far. Final third throw in. Santos Figueroas has it knocked away by Rodon. Antony gets it back. Figueroas into the middle. Junior will deal with that. Santos wins it back. Lungu, great touch. He'll tuck one in as he takes a shot from 20 yards out. And on his debut, Lungu scoring his first of the year to put Girona up 1-0 over Barcelona. And this is what I was talking about. Just taking our chances, taking our opportunities. Great first touch. Lungu split the defense, slots it home, 1-0. I'm not going to get too overhyped with it because Barcelona can score at any moment. That's just the way that they are built. But Alibert stepping in front of that one almost steals it away, but Junior wins it back. Muirhead playing it into the middle. Io will clear it. Santos helps it along. Martinez, though, drops it back for Muirhead. And once again, Barcelona in possession. Along the near sideline, Rodan's got it. He's being harassed. We are trying to press as much as possible. Ia, Shulo to Val Ravens. His shot, he had an open opportunity, an absolute sitter, and he put it wide. Sorry for the motorcycle outside of that came through. Rodan, his shot will be blocked. Muirhead picks it up, comes in, and Beitula redirects that into the stands. 55 minutes have elapsed. We enjoy a 1-0 lead, but Noah Darvish looking to send it in. He'll go short to Wal Ravens. Muirhead moving it to his right. Challenge, so we'll drop it to Kim Ji-hyun. And once again, we are able to deny a good opportunity off of a set piece to Barcelona. They're looking to move it up, however. Vampeta in control, looking for Rodan. Good job keeping it away from Shatinin. Alibert, steals it away, carries it toward the corner, throws it back post, finds Antony, but his shot is right in on Duarte, perfectly positioned to settle that one down. We've only managed 4 shots on goal. 3 of them are on target. Our XG ain't great at 0.2, but if you look at the scoreboard, that's really all that matters. We are enjoying a 1-0 lead, and I'm sure Barcelona gonna just keep coming. Isidre can't win it. Darvish plays it. Shulo shoots. Beitula redirects it behind for a corner. He has been excellent for us so far. Only a 6.9 rating. That's kind of criminal. Shulo in. Vampeta can't get his head on it. Antony can't clear it, but Junior's shot well off. Do we dare make substitutions? I think we're going to have to. Yulin Munoz not really doing it, but I hate when guys are apprehensive. You know, we're going to stick Alfred in there. He's more of an attacking midfielder, so we will make a change. I'm thinking about this, since we have 3 strikers up top, but we don't necessarily have the depth we want, especially with Robinson, again, off on international duty. So we're going to drop Alfred back into more of a true number 10, or at the very least put him in as a false 9 for now until we can make that change. Also, how are our guys doing on the back? Pretty good. Thiago Santos is good. Isidre is going to come out, however, and we're going to have Goya Kashea in there. He's going to swap places with Lungo. So Goya Kashea is going to be our left back. Lungo is going to come in as our box-to-box midfielder. He can play that position as we go and we're going to drop Alfred down a little bit. We'll use him in more of a playmaker role in support. We'll confirm those changes. Rodan in control, moves it to his right. Can he get a clear shot? He does, but Beytula up to the task. Apologies for coming off a bit rambly while we're making the changes, but honestly, we're doing that on the fly. Fernandez in control, plays it to Muirhead. Kim Ji-hoon behind the defense. He'll shoot, and he'll beat Beytula. His first goal of the season, if it counts. He may have been offside. He was not. So Barcelona able to equalize in the 73rd minute, and that's the danger of putting a guy in there that really hasn't learned the role yet. Gioca, unfortunately, just kind of lost his man. And that, frankly, is a shame. What would be more of a shame is if Barcelona is somehow able to go ahead here. 15 minutes remaining in the match. We are still pressing. We are still playing as hard as possible. We're trying to keep them in their own half as much as possible. Muirhead dispossessed by Figueres. Aliberch looking for Antony. He's got him. Antony chips the keeper and the crossbar. That really was our best opportunity. But if we are able to hang on for the next minute 20, and getting a point against Barcelona at home is stupendous for a team of our stature. Götze looking for Aliberch, and Isidre Aliberch has finally scored. They are going to check to see if he was offside. I don't believe he was. Aliberch, who had not scored in quite a while, finally picks up his second goal of the year, and late in stoppage time, Girona is going to beat Barcelona by a score of 2-1, and it was Goycochea who made that play. What a beautiful cross as we look. Yeah, the lines are drawn. He was 100% onside. And are we going to get the final whistle? I believe we are. There it is. Girona 2, Barcelona 1. And absolutely fantastic play, picking up goals from Lungo on his debut, and Aliberch, who has not scored in a very long time, and Gioca picking up an assist in his debut. So far, the business we have done has looked pretty darn good. Just in case you were wondering how much time it may take to film one of these episodes, especially when we are in the midst of a transfer window, I just direct you over my shoulder. You'll see it's dark outside. Haven't really taken a break since I started recording. It's just taken this long to get this far. We do have a ton of moves that have been made. First off, Samuel is finally gone. We sold him to Elche for 1.2 million euros. He's happy now. 33-year-old Cha Jae-young was off on loan when we first joined the club. He has since come back. We really didn't have much of a place for him. He wasn't factoring in our plans, so we have sold him to New York Red Bulls. He's going to MLS for $450,000. And finally, the other big out was our now third-string goalkeeper, Alfred Yorda, who was our alternate captain. He didn't like the fact that he wasn't getting playing time, so we said, fine, we're just going to sell you. And by the way, we're stripping you of the vice captaincy, and he seemed to be okay with that. The 22-year-old has been issued off to Real Sporting for 2.7 million euros. Now for the ins that we added to the 4 players that we have already introduced to you. Cristo Martin, coming to us from Tenerife. They were second on the table at the time. Figured we were poaching a couple of players from him. He can play as a center back, as a defensive midfielder, even potentially as a right back, although he doesn't really have the requisite skill for that. Great marking ability, great stamina is why we liked him. Good anticipation as well. He was injured when he did join the team, so he has still, as of now, yet to make his debut. 25-year-old Colombian left back Manuel Ramirez, also joining from Ross County in Scotland. 1.8 million. He was an absolute bargain to give us a little bit more depth at that position, because if you remember, Israel Cardoso was really the only one we had on the roster when we arrived that could play that position, and he's in on loan, so we were looking a little bit toward the future for this club. We spent a lot of time in this transfer window trying to shore up our midfield, so we turned to Real Betis and picked up Antoni Punsi. Got him only for 650,000 euros. He's got very good passing ability. He is excellent off the ball. He really fits into that central midfielder position that we were looking to fill. I mean, Isidre was playing there. Thiago Santos was playing there. We weren't 100% sure exactly what direction we wanted to go in, and we wanted to shore up that position, add a little bit of depth, because most of the depth that we had in the midfield, if you remember when we joined the team, was like La Liga 2 quality-ish. So the 29-year-old Punsi coming in to do a job. 2 more to go, and there's a reason why I'm saving the last one, but we could not turn down the opportunity to sign 22-year-old Alejandro Zamora from Real Madrid. Now, it cost a pretty penny, 16.75 million euros. That was his release clause. But his passing ability is basically his playmaking ability is absolutely fantastic. Still a little raw around the edges, but his fitness, balance, tremendous, great decision making. The aggression, okay, lacks a little bit, but he tries killer balls often, and he is just good at what he does. We are very glad to have him on the team. And finally, we were looking for one more out-and-out striker, so we turned to 31-year-old South Africa international Yupa Hlatswayo. Now, you may notice that he is injured. That's why I wanted to save him for last. He has only made a couple of appearances for the club. You will see his contributions there. It's sad that we are losing him, but I guess while he was here, he did a great job. Dribbling, finishing, first touch, all absolutely tremendous. Ton of technique. He's a flashy player, great composure in front of the net, and you will see what I mean in a little bit. Plus, he was pacey. It's just a shame that he damaged his Achilles tendon and will be out for pretty much the remainder of the season. Now to the matches themselves. You saw us beat Barcelona at the last minute 2-1. That led us into a match on the road against Lugo. Moretti sending it in for Antoni on the corner to put us up 1-0 in the 70th minute. But off of a set piece, Serna, who was great for them, recycled it over to Suarez, who was able to beat the keeper 1-0, which sent us to penalties. Everybody was perfect through the first 5 rounds. So we were finally waiting for someone to bend. It was Lobato Betula able to save it, keeping them off the board, and we go through on penalties, taking care of Lugo in the 3rd round, which would mean we would draw Cadiz, and we ended up playing them back-to-back. But before we got there, we had a date on the road with Real Betis, and this was the debut of Hlatswayo, and look at that press. Lucas got a little bit careless. He took it off his foot 4 minutes into stoppage time to give Girona a 1-0 victory on the road. We would follow that up with the first of 2 at Cadiz, and Isidre put us up very early on, a 2nd-minute penalty conversion, giving Girona a 1-0 lead. But then the ball would sneak through to Torres around the penalty spot, beating Betula to tie things up at 1 in the 11th minute. We would go ahead for the 2nd time in the match. Antoni taking it deep, squaring it in, going off of the heel of Magalhães for an own goal, 2-1 Girona, but just mere moments later, Marino off of the corner would equalize at 2. Cadiz would then add a 3rd in the 39th minute. Good ball through to Torres, his 2nd of the match. Cadiz would end up winning this one by a score of 3-2. We did play a pretty good game. I was very happy overall with our performance, leading in shots on goal. XG, possession, I think we were definitely starting to build something very special. Because a couple of days later, we were back at Cadiz. Hlatswayo going out with an injury in the 8th minute off of the set piece. Lungu feeding, Cardoso coming in, blasting it past Array, and then Aliberg delivering from the penalty spot in the 82nd minute. That would be all that we would need. Cadiz would get one back in the 90th minute. Barroso getting around his man, feeding Johansson, tucking it inside the post. It was close offside, but it was deemed a good goal, keeping us from getting the clean sheet on the road. But another road victory. It was Cadiz 1, Girona 2, which not only has moved us out of the relegation zone, we are in a virtual tie just behind on goal difference with Sevilla. It's currently sitting 17th place, and we have a nice 4-point cushion over Elche, which we are looking to parlay into another victory. This time we are hosting Las Palmas, currently sitting in 12th place on 27 points. We can potentially, with a victory today, move all the way up into 15th place. Before we head into the game, just wanted to take a quick look at the club vision, and obviously getting to the 4th round of the Copa del Rey, coming pretty close to making it through past Cadiz on the road. They're happy with that, but they're disappointed about our ability to avoid relegation. By the way, we're not in the relegation zone right now, and that's because we're currently only on course to avoid the relegation battle. However, with a few points separating the teams above us, we could easily find ourselves climbing back to where we're expected to finish. They just wanted us to avoid relegation, and so far, we're doing the job. Of course, that's probably because the media predicted us to finish 15th at the beginning of the season, and I guess they're believing their own press. All right, we got Las Palmas. We are at home. We're in 17th, tied on points with Sevilla. We've already reviewed that. Elche is taking on Villarreal on the road, so if we can build a nice 7-point cushion over the relegation zone, that would make me very, very happy. So just a couple of changes from the team that beat Cadiz 2-1 just a week before. Chetanin is back in. He served a suspension. He will be the right back, which means that Cesar Rodriguez will slide back over into our defensive pairing. Zamora is going to remain at the base of the midfield behind Santos and Punsi. Antoni is coming in place of the injured Yupa Hlachuayo. God, I wish you guys could have seen him. I really enjoyed watching him play. He'll be on the left-hand side, Munoz in the middle, and Robinson Spencer. We didn't talk about him. He did feature in the Cadiz match. He just wasn't involved in the scoring, but he played a very nice game. He's going to round out our front three. I did want to see what we had in Cristo Martin and get him in as our DM to start the match, but according to our physios, he's only good for about 45 minutes, so he is going to probably come in off of the bench with about 25-30 minutes left to go. Good job gaining possession. Antoni back for Zamora, getting things started. And I think we're setting the tone here against the Las Palmas team that has won their last 3, including a very impressive 5-0 victory that came just about 2 weeks ago against Tenerife, who were in 2nd place at the time, have since dropped to 4th. Still in position for the Champions League as things start now, but Girona getting this game started off on a very, very strong foot. Can we see more? Ngidi looking to get it started deep in his own zone. Brandt has it, plays it up to Grau, finds Fallhaber. We do have a lot of guys around there. Cardoso almost steals it away, but Flegger once again in control for Las Palmas. Munoz will knock it away. Punsi Antoni spins it up. Munoz has it, avoids a sliding tackle. Munoz with a shot, and it's just a bit too strong. If I had one wish for this team, it's just that we hit the target a little bit more often. Untidy by Zamora, but great defensive play by Punsi, and we win it back. Chetanin in control, will throw it forward. Robinson Spencer can't quite catch up to it. Senig gets there, plays it across for Brandt. Dominguez ahead, picked off by Cardoso. Santos, Punsi, Antoni, quick pass. Robinson Spencer into the box. His shot will be deflected out behind and will earn Girona a corner. Robinson Spencer getting in there, mucking it up, taking the corner. Senna popping it up. Munoz goes for the bicycle kick and is denied by Dominguez. As much as I love the fact that the team is feeling good about their play, Something like that tells me maybe we're smelling ourselves a bit. And Diaz, his shot blocked, which is very fortuitous because he kind of just danced around our defense. Las Palmas, though, looking to move it forward again. Diaz, once again in control, has his pocket picked by Spencer, but he was offside anyway, so that's going to go the other way. 5-2, your shots on goal. We still have not yet hit the target. Possession leaning towards Las Palmas, but we're getting opportunities. Munoz to take a corner from the far side. Ilya puts it on Punci. What a flick on header. Punci just could not get it inside the frame of the goal, but we are buzzing so far in the first 20 minutes of this match. It's also fantastic to see 23,000 on hand to cheer on this team that was relegation fodder just a couple of weeks ago. Punci tries to steal it away. It's played into the middle. Comes to Ademar, his 7th of the year. Beats Betula near post, 40 minutes in. And Las Palmas on the road has taken a 1-0 lead. And I'm not sure where the defensive breakdown was. Diaz got the ball. We were shadowing him. I mean, Punci put the pressure on. He was able to get the pass off. It looks like Ademar just slid inside of Ila to put it home and give them the 1-0 advantage in this one. Now, Elche is trailing Villarreal, which is good. So if things stand as they do now, we still will at least maintain our 4-point advantage over them for the first or the final relegation spot, whichever way you want to look at it. But we, unfortunately, just not doing enough in this match. We've looked pretty good, but we got to put some shots on target. If we don't put shots on target, then this is going to be a very long night. Anthony has his pocket picked by Brandt, and that is not the way you want to start off this second half. And I think we may need to make that change at the DM spot sooner rather than later. Not that Zamora isn't doing a good job, but we have to change something up. Faulhaber ahead, Grau out wide. Brandt's got it. They've got numbers in. Faulhaber puts it on and in, beating Betula, and it's 2-0 Las Palmas. You know, I think the worst part about this is we've played so well, and then when it comes time to show you guys just how well we're playing, we absolutely crap the bed. Anthony, so very good from Robinson Spencer, but Anthony could not get the header on target. So that is 9 shots that we have taken, 9 shots that have failed to make the goalkeeper Ngidi do his job. So we're going to go to a slightly more attacking mentality as Cardoso throws it in. Antoni dropping it for Ia. Cardoso along the far sideline. Zamora playing it ahead. He's got Munoz behind the defense. Munoz finally getting it on target, but then Ngidi making the save. Cristo Martin already coming on, but we need to make our second change. Israel Cardoso just not having the kind of match that we were hoping he may have. Ibai Jotesha is coming in. We want to make sure that he is on a defend duty as a fullback because he gets a little lost if playing that support role, kind of moving a bit forward. We really want him to stay with his man as closely as possible. We're ticking down to 20 minutes remaining in this match, and we've only hit the target 1 time now out of 11 shots. So I'm going to say that this performance has been highly, highly disappointing. 15 minutes left to go, and once again, Yulin Munoz just not looking very good. Let's go into the tactics screen, because usually when we bring Munoz off, we drop him down there. We're going to bring in Antonio Mareski on an attacking midfielder on attack. That seems to have worked for us going into more of the narrow diamond that we have seen many, many times so far in this series. Not that this is the formation we necessarily want to go with, but that's really our best option when we're bringing Yulin off of the pitch, and he just really has not done what we have expected him to do. He has not played that role nearly as well as we initially thought when we took over this team, and we are going to lose at home to Las Palmas, a match we really had a great opportunity to win, but we'll see. We pick it off. Zamora, Robinson, Spencer shooting with his left foot, and Ngidi deals with another. Mareshi now to take the corner instead of Munoz. Let's see if he's any better. He lofts it in. Can't find the head of any of his players. Puts it far post. Sena will clear that. Goikatesha can't hold it in. It's going to be a throw-in for Las Palmas. And that was our chance to really get back into this. 4 minutes added on. I'm not sure, unless we can turn it around and get one real fast here, I don't think this is going to work. Punsi looking for Robinson Spencer. It comes clear to Mareshi. Punsi again, holding on before dropping it to Martin. Martin dancing to his left. Ia surveying the field ahead. Zamora back for Ia. Guys, come on, let's make some inroads here. Rodriguez in control at the base of the midfield circle. Near side, Shatanin up for Punsi. Punsi has done quite a bit of work in this match. Punsi with it, working it around, taking the shot, but just wide. I really thought I was going to have a better way to describe that. Very disappointing after all of that work he did to set up that look. Switch of play, Misumoko heads it down, Grau pushing it to the left. Tosasinov, I'm glad he's not on my team. Misumoku looking back post, dealt with by Ia, but Sena picking up the loose ball, playing it into the middle. Marcos moves past his man, takes the shot. Beitula dives, doesn't need to get a hand on it. That is going to go wide, and a very good opportunity for Las Palmas. Girona, last gasp effort. 30 seconds left on the clock. Robinson Spencer, nope. At the end of the day, that was probably the weakest performance that Girona has put on since we took over. 14 shots on goal, only hitting the target twice, not being able to connect on any of our 6 corners, committing 17 fouls, only holding possession 46% of the time. We were outplayed in our own building, and that does not make me happy. Yeah, an 18-match goal drought for Munoz, so odds are pretty good he's not going to be starting in the next episode as we take on Albacete, currently sitting at the bottom of the table on the road. Then it's Elche at home, Celta de Vigo on the road, and we are back home against Real Valladolid, currently sitting in 14th place and still within striking distance of us. We are in 17th still. We are still 4 points ahead of Elche. We are still virtually tied with Sevilla, although the goal difference has widened a bit and only 3 points behind Real Sociedad, 4 behind Real Valladolid. Hopefully we can make some headway. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new or if you just haven't done so already, and come back for more Off of the Bottom next time. Until then, bye-bye.